this finds the right people. I'm going live because I have been super scared to talk openly and in publicly lately, which is so silly because I've been doing this for a little while now and getting up and talking about the weird stuff. Like, I thought the hard part would have been telling the people that I love that I believe in aliens and I'm seeing ghosts and I'm getting advice from, beings that I'm intuiting, and they're giving me dates and numbers that are verifiable and what we can do. Like, I thought that whole coming out of the spiritual closet and hey Matthew, and actually talking about all this crazy stuff and then asking people to book readings with me and making a living out of it and giving up all my day jobs so that I can do this. Like, I thought that would be the scary part. But still now, still today, I get downloads, I get channels and messages. I get, hey Bridget, hello, Chair Bear, very cute. I still get freaked out. And how annoying is that? We think we're going to make these leaps and these bounds and rip off the Band-Aid and then we'll be who we are. And then we just get to live this awesome life as this awesome version of ourselves, right? And that's true and that happens. But there's still so many layers of fear to get through. Hi from Maine. Oh, what a beautiful part of the world. Hey, Bird Woman. Thanks for finding me and joining me. I hope there's something for you here. So I have been trying not to go on and on about my life behind the scenes because that's super rude to other people. But I just want to say it's been a bit crazy. It's been pretty dark. I've had all of my worst fears waved in my face recently over the last little while. And I've had a lot of threats being made against me, particularly around how crazy I look and how mental my choices have been, and how people who still live in 3D see me as this threat or menace to society, which has been really fun and interesting to deal with because clearly that's something going on in me. That's an insecurity that I still have, a fear and a limitation I've put on myself that other people will go and mirror back to me, right? So it's an opportunity for me to find out where my healing needs to take place. And I suppose also finding out what we're willing to accept. Are you willing to accept that you might just be super loopy? Are you willing to accept that people won't like you, that some people might really, really despise you? Are you willing to accept that you can make a huge, amazing difference in the world and heal so many people and save so many people, but not all of them? These are some big questions and they can be hard to sit with. And if you're an angel or a Pleiadian starseed, or, you're from Hadar, or you've got a lot of love and light and fairy energy, then dealing with those extremes and dealing with that darkness might be extra hard. We might need our Orion friends and our dragon friends to come and go, oh yeah, that duality is always going to exist in the universe and we're all learning how to deal with it. And it's beautiful too. And you have to learn to go with that flow also. We need you guys to come and talk to us about the shadow work and the harder stuff, because where it feels like a block, it can be magical, it can be empowering, and I know this. And I've gotten channels from the higher ups talking to me about how even negative attention is a massive power source for manifestation. And they were giving me the example of Donald Trump, who's such a controversial figure, and I'm not giving any personal opinions on him here, but they were saying even the people who hate him were giving him power, because they were afraid of him, they were giving him attention, they were criticizing him, and all of this just added to that egregore, to that energy of here is a force greater than any one person, watch it run away. So even if you've got people being not super nice to you, you can use that. You can breathe that in and go, okay, there's a lot of attention on me right now, I exist more because reality is just consciousness, right? So when there's more attention on you, you're more fixed in reality, you exist more. And that is an amazing time for rapid manifestation. It's why proving people wrong often works, and why proving ourselves wrong often works too, because we go, oh, I want to show off, watch me do this. And that'll often be the moment where you fall on your face. But when someone's like, you can't do that, and you're like, watch me, that's when you do it. And it's because there's all this energy of expectation around what you can't do, which is the same thing as putting energy on what you can do. Whereas if you're saying, I can do this thing, and you're trying to show off, the other person is thinking, but you can't do that thing. And you're all actually fixating on the absence of that thing, right? So reverse psychology is actually a very powerful manifestation tool. And so I suppose the reason why I'm coming online here is just to communicate with people that negative feedback from the universe can still be empowering. It can still be a message that you're on the right path. And it's painful and it's terrifying, but there's a lot going on here that's so much bigger than those little freaky blocks. And if you look around at your life for other evidence of whether or not you're on the right path, I'm sure you're going to find lots of positive feedback and positive synchronicities on the same stuff. So for example, 11:11 at my time, for example, if I've got somebody in my life saying, absolutely, you need to go paint this masterpiece, it's your destiny, right? And this person is like really loving and high vibe and supportive, cool. And then someone who's always been like really rude and terrible to me then goes and like, I don't know, breaks into my studio and steals my paintbrushes. I could go, okay, the universe is giving me mixed signals here. Am I supposed to paint this or not? And then this is when we sit down and we connect with our heart space and we feel out the easiest course for the energy. Because energy, electricity, it takes the easiest route, right? What's the easiest route here? And you feel that. You feel it moving through your heart. You feel that invisible connection with all of you. I just had a big call with my Patreon group where we channeled a meditation from Metatron, and we felt that flow of energy through us and around us and how that can guide us. You all have access to that. It's all within you at all times, okay? You don't need a meditation to do that, but you can do that too. When we feel that flow of energy, it will always point us towards the quickest way to our manifestation, right? The quickest way to our manifestation. Not the way that makes most sense, not the obvious way, not the way that you'll be able to explain online or to your parents or to your children better, the quickest way, okay? So where there's positive feedback or negative feedback, the energy will take the quickest way to your manifestation, okay? What this means is when you feel into that energy, you will know which way to go in, and you will know who to leave behind, who to embrace, what to do. Obviously, in this metaphor, such a hostile act is like somebody damaging your things. Like that seems like an obvious answer, right? But it might not be. That could be the universe saying, you need new paintbrushes. It could be the universe saying, you know what? I used this negative influence in your life. I let them go and be a jerk because I knew it would ultimately come to this highest good, which is you need new paintbrushes if you're going to paint this masterpiece. So don't listen to what people are saying. Listen to where the energy is flowing and directing and moving you, okay? Like just this morning, I woke up with a lot of blood on me because I thought it would be fun to go get my nose pierced. It was like a new moon. And I got my ears pierced and I was like, I've never done anything like this before. I've been going through these inner child healing phases. Apparently now I'm in my inner teenage healing phase where I'm going to go be a rebellious teenager. I really want a motorbike all of a sudden. I'm not going to get one, but maybe not now. Maybe when my kids are old enough to ride on the back with me. I'll be like in my 50s on motorcycles. That'll be cool. So much to look forward to. But anyway, And I was really unsure about it, and I was pulling cards, and I was like, why would I get a nose piercing? What's that going to mean energetically? What does it mean chakra-wise? Like, why would I do that? I kept getting all these really positive cards, like the Chariot and Queen of Pentacles, and they're all like, do it, pierce your nose. I was like, okay, I did it. And then I woke up and the top had snapped off and I was covered in blood and I was trying to pull the bar out and then just blood was coming everywhere. I was like, what is going on? This is such a mixed message from the universe. What am I supposed to be doing right now? And I was tuning into the energy and I was going, all right, well, what do I do? Where do I move? Do I just take it as a very obvious sign that I meant to take it out and let it heal, which I'm happy to do? Do I go re-pierce it myself? Do I go get help? What do I do? And the energy was just very clearly saying, you need to go lie down. You need to just go stop. And they were like, it's fine, it's all going to work out. But what you have to do right now is just go stop. Just go take a rest. I was like, okay, that's weird. It's not weird. The universe often wants us to rest, but we doubt ourselves, so we don't listen to it and enjoy it. But I came and sat down to rest, and I still don't know what I'm meant to be doing. But now that I've come sit down to rest and take a breath, I feel the peace. I feel the surety that I am where I'm meant to be in the universe at this time. And I trust that there are no accidents. I trust that there are no coincidences. There's just this deep sense of, yes, I was meant to be here right now. And I feel that light and I feel that path reverberate within me. And see, I can't see the mess of threads and wires and cords and paths that connect me to the universe and show me where I'm meant to go. I can't see what that track that's unspooling in every moment inside me and within me and of me. I can't see what that looks like. I can't see the bigger picture, but I can trust that there is a bigger picture and I can feel that and I can take each little baby step at a time. And I'm trusting that's getting me to where I need to go in every moment. Why am I even talking about all of this? Because there are so many things in our path that are throwing us off, right? Confusion, the universe being what it is, the world being what it is, people we know being who they are, we being who we are. There's just so much kind of in the way sometimes, right? And if you're sensing the energy of something big about to come up, of something amazing about to happen, don't confuse that with anxiety. Don't confuse that with this looming sense of, I don't know what's going on. I need to go run and hide. I need to go sleep, because I've definitely been doing that. I know I've missed out on a few opportunities. I've missed out on a few good opportunities to talk to you guys. And I know even talking that way is a bit negative, because we don't. Weird. I just got a phone call from someone on Roblox while I was talking, because I play my kids on that. I didn't even know you could call somebody on Roblox. What is that a sign for? What is that a sign? Why did I get a phone call from Roblox in the middle of this? I think it's a sign that I should wrap this up, if anything. But, oh, thank you, Victoria. That's so lovely to hear. Yeah, crisis mode. Don't know what to do. Thank you for being so honest and for speaking up about that, Brendan, because I've also been in crisis mode and I've also been very confused and freaking out. But here's the thing. Crisis mode, right, often is a good thing. It's timeline jumping. It's everything rearranging in the universe. And one of the downloads I've been having like crazy that speaks to this, and I tried to record it yesterday and the day before, and I just kept deleting it because I was like, people are gonna think I'm crazy and I'm gonna lose my children and everyone I know. Anyway, I was just really all my worst fears coming up for healing and clearing right now. So I kept deleting it. But what I keep hearing is that basically we've had this huge timeline collapse at the moment. So what I mean by that is basically 6 months from now is now today. And it sounds crazy, but it just keeps coming and it's so clear and it makes sense to me and I can feel that makes sense. So I'm just going to repeat it. But, if it doesn't resonate with you, then just take this as entertainment from some weird lady online, okay? But basically, okay, so there was this whole plan for ET disclosure, right? the higher ups and the heads of states were like, we've got this whole plan for how we're going to go about it. There'll be like this false invasion, or there'll be these, you know, not really UFOs in the sky, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll have all these stages and all these Congress hearings, and it'll go like this so that nobody really gets in trouble and nobody really looks too closely at the US, and then we get to like control the way this narrative goes, right? So there are all these plans and backup plans, and there was this very clear like timeline of what that was going to look like over the next year. I don't know what it is, but something went down and like absolutely destroyed that plan, like just incinerated it. Everybody, like especially in the United States, but heads of state all over the world just went like, oh my gosh, look over there. Like, I don't know what it was, but something happened and they didn't even care about disclosure anymore. Like, I keep seeing it so clearly, and they're basically just like, okay, we need to move past disclosure. We need to just have disclosure happen however it happens, so that we can put out this next fire, or so that we can use the awakeness of the people to do something. It's almost like they need people to just get on board with ETs without making it a big thing, so that they can use the technology to do something else. I don't know exactly what it is, but for whatever reason, basically the whole plan just went out the window. And what that means is that all these different groups around us who have been told to hang tight because there's a plan, you know, where the Galactic Federation and the heads of state and everyone has gone like, okay, we've all agreed it can happen like this. It's not ideal. Everybody hang tight. Nobody go off plan. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, that plan's gone. So like all of our friends are like, does that mean I can just land my ship right now? Can I just come talk to people? So a lot of open contact happening with specific groups and people in particular, because that's how ETs like to communicate with you. They don't want to jump on national TV and be like, here we are. They want to like engage one-on-one, right? So if you've been getting a bit of a pause in your channel, like if you're not really feeling your guides around, if something seems a bit quiet up there, that's why. It will not be quiet now. It's like everyone's just getting on board with this, okay? And I know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm feeling the presence again. I'm feeling their excitement. Other people I'm talking to are like, the ETs are here, and I'm like, yeah, they are, they're back. So that's happening, which is super exciting. But what this means in terms of timeline jumping is that because this huge collective narrative for the entire Earth just shift, not the entire Earth, the entire galaxy just shift, that has a ripple effect into everybody's individual lives, okay? So what I'm seeing is basically whatever you would have achieved by August, based on the aligned steps, actions, and intentions you've been setting now, are available to you like right now. Like, that's what I mean by timeline collapsing. It's like the distance between March and August just got pinched like this. So say, for example, you just started going to the gym like a week ago, and you're like, I have particular goals. I'm going to be able to lift this much by August, for example, and you were actually taking those aligned steps. You could now lift that like next week, because there's a muscle memory from that timeline that's all just being collapsed here. If you're like, I'm going to launch my business by then, I'm going to be a certain amount of healed by then, I'm going to do all of this by then, it literally, like, you can channel that and you will have the muscle memory for that because it exists here and now with you. There's been this huge leapfrogging effect like happen pretty much overnight. So whatever it is that you wanted to achieve 6 months to a year, you're going to be able to do within days and weeks right now. And I'm hearing, like, I've been working on a book and they keep telling me you've worked it all out now. Now all you have to do is just channel it. Like, you literally just have to remember what you wrote in the last timeline, which will happen in the form of like a flow of channel, and you'll just get that out in days. So if you're like me and you've got stuff like that to work on, now is the time to really get excited about those manifestations. And it feels like chaos. It feels like crisis. It feels like you lost your mind a little bit and you don't know what's going on, because you did. That literally happened. You did, like, jump and get a whole lot of extra you come and join you in the present moment. Can you see why, if someone's threatening me and saying that I have mental health issues, this would be weird to talk about online, and that I would have had to jump on a live in order to get this out? Okay, I have had a bunch of brain scans. I've seen a bunch of doctors. I've got lots of counselors and coaches and lovely people. And so far, I'm a very high functioning person who runs multiple businesses, and I have a PhD, and my kids are very well adjusted. Anyway, look at me trying to not get myself locked up. And see, I think this is part of the chaos time energy too, right? Because how much drama maybe happened in those 6 months? How much happened in that 6 months that just collapsed, that you've just integrated really quickly as well? Like, that would make you nervous. You'd be like, whoa, I had a lot of arguments in 6 months. I had a lot of healing in 6 months. I had a lot of stuff happen in 6 months. And now that's been like all gathered up and given to you as this gigantic pill the size of a fist. And so that's going on. But remember all of these intentions you've been setting. Remember all the beauty. Remember all the light, all the love. Remember that we are on this golden timeline and that we are manifesting new earth. This was always the ultimate trajectory. So anything speeding up, anything coming closer to us is going to be a good thing ultimately, because we already set the intention that we're doing this for the ultimate healing, for the ultimate good, for love and compassion in the universe. So I know I'm talking to people who are already manifesting all of that stuff. So good on you bringing that closer to us. In terms of the world and what's going on with the world and everything that just feels horrible and chaotic and divisive and just like yuck all around the board, right? Like sometimes I accidentally read the news and I'm like, I don't feel good. Just know that a lot of that is made up. A lot of it is made up. And I don't mean by any one particular person. I don't mean by any one particular agenda, like fake news or this person's a puppet or that's all a show or whatever. I mean made up is in like at every level of existence. Like this is manufactured, misrepresented, filtered. The frequency that we're in is going to distort the message as well. We're going to be focusing on different things. I'm not saying it's harmless, but a lot of it is just a circus. And I think if you feel into that and you breathe into that, you'll feel that too. And maybe there's something there that you are meant to pay attention to. Maybe you have a mission or a purpose that has something to do with this stuff and you are meant to be paying attention. So I'm not going to tell anybody to switch off. And I don't want to completely switch off either. I think it's my responsibility to have at least a general idea of what's going on. But at the same time, if you breathe into those pathways of light within you, if you feel into the energy, and you go, where am I in the world right now? Where am I in the universe right now? What point in time am I at right now? You can feel there's a frequency of love underneath everything that's just getting brighter and brighter. Brighter and brighter and brighter. It's the love that's getting stronger. It's Gaia unfurling her wings. It's all the light workers waking up. Like that can't happen without a torrent of love eclipsing the planet. I know we talk about like the closer you are to the light, the longer the shadow you cast, and the dark before the dawn, and all of that kind of stuff. But honestly, if that's just a reflection of our inner darkness as a collective, as individuals, and we're all healing, then see it as an opportunity to go, wow, look at all this mess I got to clean out. Awesome. And then just keep on. You don't even have to do anything about it. Just witnessing the purging, witnessing the contrast, witnessing the shadow. That alone heals it. It's the same reason why biofield tuning forks work. Literally, your body hears the ding go funny and automatically heals itself upon hearing the ding, because it sees, oh, that's out of place, and your computer and your brain just goes, oh, fix that then. You know, energy wants to move. Energy wants to flow. Your body wants to be healed. It's actually easy, and I know it sounds super privileged, but it is. It is easy, and we create all these blocks to tell ourselves it's not easy so that we get these narratives about how we overcame things. Sometimes we wear pain and disease and chaos as a badge to show what we're going through. I know at least a lot of my chaos is me going, this is really hard, and I need evidence that it's hard, so I'm going to manifest, you know, people sending me threatening emails and texts so that I have physical evidence to show how I feel on the inside. You know, I get that that's part of what's going on, because as soon as I sit down and go, okay, God, I'm ready to learn all of these lessons with love now, all the drama goes away and it all gets super nice and friendly. And then as soon as I'm like, I need evidence, I need people to witness my pain, it's like, oh, here you go, here's some evidence to share. So like, I know it's me, but all I have to do and all you have to do is just like witness that distortion and go, oh wow, this isn't in the most harmony, this is distorted. I'm going to let that energy just move, and it's going to find the fastest way to my manifestations. So if someone wants to be a jerk for the highest good, just let them. The highest good knows what to do with it. The highest good will go, okay, this person's going to yell and shout and scream, but then they're accidentally going to trip over, and as they trip over, they're going to distract somebody who is about to walk into traffic, so they save somebody's life and it's all good. You know, like there are these weird like accidents and synchronicities that happen all the time. So just let the energy move, let it do what it wants to do, and trust that in seeing it and accepting it and allowing it, you are healing it. You are making it easier to work with and deal with. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, it's a freaky time. Don't worry, it's not just you, it's freaky. But accept it, love it, behold it, let it move, acknowledge that's a part of you, and then don't use that as a way to judge yourself either. Because sometimes we go, oh, I'm manifesting all this BS, and that must be my BS, and then we beat up ourselves instead of the BS around us. And it's like, you know what, don't beat up anyone, don't even beat up yourself. It's not your fault you've got stuff to purge and move through and heal. Like, you didn't have to incarnate here and deal with this, but you did. Thank you. Thank you for healing this for yourself and your ancestors and the collective. Don't judge yourself for it. Like, gosh, then you're just mad about being mad, right? Like, just behold the first level of mad and go, it's okay, I love you, I feel you, I see you, and you'll feel better faster. Here I say as if I've got it all together, while meanwhile having like, you know, waking up covered in blood. All right. Thank you, sweet people. It's really, really nice of you all to share your love and your kindness and to be really validating as well. Because again, like, I'm in this with you. Like, I'm only able to channel and resonate with this collective because I'm in the collective. You know, like, I'm one of the Avengers, like I'm a little woman or whatever as well. So I'm also like, what is going on? But we rise together. We rise together, and we don't need to be afraid. Maybe we need to be more brave to get over the fear. Like, maybe showing up in the way we were before isn't going to cut it anymore. You know, maybe all my videos have to be live from now on so that I can't get scared and just delete them. You know, maybe instead of recording your music, you have to go get up on a stage or go busk on the street. Like, maybe you just have to up the stakes and make it harder to get out of it so that you overcome those new levels of fear. I don't know. That sounds like it makes a little bit of sense. But ultimately, my power is your power, and your freedom is my freedom, and our love is our love. So when we liberate ourselves, and when we give ourselves a big hug and say, it's okay, you got this, we're giving each other a big hug too. And we're paving this energetic pathway for all of us to just open up and do more and be comfortable with that. And remember, you've made huge leaps and bounds. It's a lot to adjust to nervous system wise. Be gentle with yourself. Be nice to yourself. Give yourself pats on the back for every couple of extra steps you go and every way you go up the ladder, because we're getting there. Just because we fall off a couple of times doesn't mean we're not still getting there. So anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you guys got something out of this. Sending lots and lots of love and peace and healing. Bye. How do I make this stop?